Lusaka to Pink Bell right here on a ZED, right here in the heart of Lusaka. We're coming to you on our channel 99 on ZTV. Now, we're still in the mood of the Absa Cup, which comes alive. Beginning tomorrow at Woodland Stadium, we're going to have 2 days of local action. Teams like Team Yaziko, Lusaka Dynamos, Magnificent, Cabo Warriors, and of course the Sharp Razor, Concola Blades. They are gunning for top honors, and someone who's big, keeping us glued to their page on all their socials is someone right here in the studio. For me, I was looking forward to meet him and to get, what inspires him. Let me just say, Gaspar, let's just give him, a clap.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think Jogo doing pretty well.
Welcome to Pink Bowler.
Thank you so much.
All right, how is Chilabambo, this evening?
Chilabambo is celebrating already because we know we have already won.
All right.
Now, the mood is high.
The mood is high. Please feel free. Welcome to Lusaka, and of course, I hope that you've seen our fresh air. I'm just pulling your leg.
Yes.
All right.
I've seen.
First things first. Who is the man behind Concola Play social media pages?
The man is right here.
His name, please.
My name is Layson Maibe. Those are my names, but basically, I prefer hiding behind Concola Play's page.
All right.
That's much better.
Why do you say so?
Because Concola Blaze gives me that energy because I'm running like a very big page for a very big club. Yes.
All right. First things first. Concola Blades is a very well-known team in Zambia.
Yes.
Have been in existence for over years. I think in the where I am. I'm just I don't know if I was born.
1957.
No, I wasn't there. I'm a 90s, kid.
I was there, but I was not yet on air.
I was also there. Yeah.
All right, lovely. So having, how is it like managing a team that has got, rich heritage, a rich following, history, in the football? How is it for you?
It hasn't been that easy, especially that we come from a background where our football is like going down, like sliding downwards. But we came up with something. We tried to say, let's try to bring back our old club, the club which was well known in the whole country. Like Concola Blades is a very big club. It never used to have a media team, a media page, so I came on board and approached the executive to say, I think we should create something like this because there are a lot of people in the country who knows about this team, but they don't know about what is it doing, especially that we are in the lower league. Yes, so we tried to find a way of getting back the team to the people.
All right. Yes. So what led you, to take up that mantle of saying, I think I'll be in the media space for the team? What was your motivation behind that?
Yeah, basically my motivation behind that is that the people of Chilabambo are football-loving people. Yes, so like specifically for Concola Blades, the team was going down because of the sponsorship. I don't want to go into details over that, but the people of Chilabambo united and they started helping the team somehow. I can give a better example of the area member of parliament, Honorable Richard Musukwa, who took it upon himself to start sponsoring the team. Where the main sponsor KCM came short, he would come and offer something to the team, and that motivated a lot of people who've come on board, especially the community who are like contributing each time we are playing every game. They contribute and give the 1,500 for the man of the match.
Actually, that comes to my next question, Gaspar. Chilabambo is a football-loving town. We've seen what the fans have been doing. They're trying by all means to see that their players are motivated by contributing. Like you said, from your own perspective, having for the team, can you say it's the right time for them to play Absa Cup this year?
It is, and I think you can see from the table, in reflection to the Eden University National Division, it's been head to head trying to unseat each other with Kansanshi Dynamos, but I think they have kept their position. Looking at their performance so far, they have scored more goals than any other team in Zambia this season. Bring Zanaco Football Club. Zanaco has scored 32. They've scored 36. So it tells you the sharpness in terms of front line. Again, you've talked about the history, Jan. Look at the memories back. You realize that the national team, the Chipolo Polo boys, could camp in Chilabombo, could bring down big teams.
Yes,
You know, the Senegals of this world, the Cameroons. Before we had the National Hero Stadium, the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium, it was all roads leads to Chinabombwe. And that's the kind of memory that you must have as a fan from there. And I think it's a big thing for them. Their performance, if they can go as far as the semi-finals, I beg your pardon, it'll be nice. Because in 2011, if you remember, they lost in the finals at the hands of Power Dynamos 2-1.
Even just when not just going to the they ain't doing the whole thing.
All right. So what has been after being indicated that you're playing in the quarterfinals, you qualified for the ABSA Cup. It's a club that has tested the waters of this cup, back then called the Barclays Cup and now called the ABSA Cup.
Yes.
You've played in the finals against Power Dynamos, you lost 2-1. You've qualified back-to-back, but in the past 5-6 years, can we say the team has been busy rebuilding?
Yes, basically the team has been busy rebuilding. Like we were relegated in 2017. So from the time the team was relegated, all we are trying to do is rebuild. On my part as a media personnel, we've been trying to grow our image to the people, especially in the sense that we need to market the club. It needs to be well known out there. I take motivation from teams like Asante Kotoko of Ghana. Yes, if you see their Facebook page, it's always busy. Like the banter thing, it goes on like that. If you follow the Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, yes. If you see the previous games we had, like the derby between Concordia Blades and Changa Rangers, yes, that was a fire game. It has always been a fire game. I think it's one of the biggest derbies we have following the Nkana Power. Yes.
Now speaking of banter, for me, I love banter. For me, I want really point fingers. Football is about excitement, so it's fun.
Sure.
Let's not be too serious. Speaking of the banter now, what motivates you to write all those eye-catching, captions, eye-catching stories? I remember when we did have the ABSA Cup draws during the week. I think 2 days ago we did see Mukula.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh my God!
And it was saying that to come this weekend at Woodland Stadium, we're going to cut down trees in the forest and we're going to use them. And Woodland Stadium will be our playing ground. So for me, I'm thinking, picnic.
We remember everything.
So for me, I'm thinking, what drives you to have those eye-catching, captions on your page?
The key motivation is the performance of the team, basically on the pitch. Yes, we can't be making noise if we are not playing well. We are playing well. We are top of the. Yes, we are top, and our top man is the top scorer of the National League, and we have all the reasons to brag. We have the best stadium in the country. The likes of Nkana, these forests, they cannot match with us. They use these stadium where they just rent. We have a best stadium. So when people are playing Concordia base, they should know that they are playing a big team. That gives us a lot of pride to brag. It's not all about bragging, no. We back it up on the pitch.
If you can bag it up, you can brag it.
yes. That's the story. We always back it up with the pitch.
Right.
There are some games where we seem like we are going down, like the previous game we had, we played Chambishi.
Yes, you came 4 goals down.
15 minutes, it was 3-0. Yes, and the guys were like confused. But all of a sudden they rebelled and they came up, they had to catch up as quickly as possible. Before the halftime whistle, it was 3-3. We even went up in the second half 4-3. We had a nick up at the back because of rain, but all in all, we didn't lose that game. So that gives you the picture of what kind of football playing as at now.
All right.
My question is, Chair, really, Jane. Number one, listen, Yakuti. Ushe bakut tujatuma mabanta. Kumamene ama tushita suggest and then you pick them and then you use them as the face. Number one. Number two. Ushe some afuna kumenyani manje mkakumana na on the street. Why should you say that?
I'll answer the second question first. The key thing is never to get upset. Don't take it by heart. Don't take it personal. It's just a game.
Because indirectly, you also attack teams like Nkana. You attack teams like Zanako.
The key thing is football is a unifying factor. So the the rivalry on the pitch doesn't mean we are not friends. At the end of the day, we are friends. We will talk it out with some other admins for other pages, like the admin for Channel Rangers. We met after the game. I even bought him drinks to say, my friend, cool down. It's just a game. So basically, what drives all those things, or it's just the desire to make our fans happy, like those who follow it on Facebook. There are a lot of people who follow Concola Blades as of now. Those who had lost it and had lost hope in it, but to the coming of Facebook and the coming of our page, things are happening now. People are now, they now want to really see what's the team doing. So they've been asking about the replicas and everything, but that I'll leave to the management to sort it out.
Okay.
But all we know is that this is now a big thing. Concola Blades has come here to stay. We've been watching these teams. I would say jokers. They've been joking around the Barclays Cup, the CAF game. So we are here to play for ourselves. We want to watch jokers.
He says they are tired of watching a joker. Speaking of jokers, I bring it to you, Gaspar Nguluve. The draws are done, the dates are set, the venue is Aula Stadium. Yes. He is very confident, I must say. And for me, confidence, it's the best, attire you can wear anywhere you go. Yes. Now, Gaspar, talking about a team like Concola Blades, they are topping the log table in the National League. 20 games played, 11 wins, 6 draws, of course, 3 losses, 39 points. They've got a number of goals. They've got 32 games to their name which they've scored as at B20. They do face a side like Forest Rangers. The first is the current top scorer on the top scorers chart, Emmanuel Mwaba, is the current top scorer from Concola Blades. 10 goals to his name, likes of Owen Tembo, as well as Matthews Yatolopa. Can we say it's a good, well-oiled machine to face Forest Rangers?
And I think for Forest Rangers, if they are going to lose it, it's complacency. It's underration. If you underrate Concola Blades at this stage, you're doing it at your own peril. Because look at their performance. Look at their top scorer. They have about 3 players who are in the top 10 top scorer chart.
Yes.
And the assists that Tolopa is bringing to the team, and also just the ability to find the back of the net. It means there's a lot of communication, the proper communication in the team, and the technique has been worked on in terms of coming from behind. You're losing 3-0 and you come from behind and level the score and probably get a winner. So Forest Rangers, this is their game, but it's not their game based on the performance of Concola Blades. Forest, there's one thing that I've always looked forward to seeing in them, that extra factor, an X factor, I should say. Like, you just want to come out of the box. Remember when they played Zanaco Football Club on the Coronation Day? They had an opportunity to win the league. They couldn't go an extra mile as players to find the back of the net and show that energy, the pizzazz. We did not see that. But if you underrate Concola Blades, you'll be doomed. But they also have Quadricola, who's been banging in goals, the leading scorer for the team. You have Malambo, who can also score goals from the defensive midfield position. He can head in, he can pass here and there, Taonga with set pieces. So I think Concola must be wary of names like Watamzazam, Paul in the midfield, the South African, his trickery with his great footwork, but again, it's going to be a fiery game.
The key point is don't keep a razor blade in your pocket.
Wow.
It will hurt you. Eventually. It will eventually hurt you.
It will cut you in pieces.
Don't put a sharp razor
in your pocket. Lovely. We're still hanging around with
lesson Maribe.
Pardon me.
Just call me Sharp Razor.
Sharp Razor Media Office right here on
Media One.
Media One.
Yes, that's what they call me.
All right, lovely. Right here on a Pink Baller with me, Gentleman Mwemba, alongside the Super Gaspar Nguluve, and we're going all the way up to 19 hours. Now, coming to the technical part of the team, it's a team that is coached by someone who's a veteran, a legend. He has played for Concola before. That's Lewington.
Mujembe.
Exactly. He's the current coach. And today, I had a chance, Gaspar, to meet him during the pre-match briefing right here in Lusaka at Bullen Stadium. And what he said, what I picked mostly, he said that they are here to do the talking. And all that will be done where? On the pitch. How instrumental is he, having played for the team and now he's carrying the team, in his hands?
Basically, he understands the boys very, very well, especially that he started with them. The time we are in this zones before it was changed to the National League and the provincial soccer. So what happened was that he's been carrying the boys through and through, but at the moment our head coach is Mr. Charles Wale, who is not feeling well at the moment, so Mr. Mjembe is the first assistant, so he's taken over. But he's been with the boys for quite a long time, so he understands them well.
So he knows them in and out.
Very well, very well. That's why he's very instrumental to our success, I would say.
Right. Tomorrow early kickoff is Forest Rangers who take on Sharp Razor, the Coca-Cola Blaze. The first kickoff will be at 13 hours. That's right here in Lusaka. And of course, later on, we're going to see the Mabanga boys all there from Solwezi. They will take on 6-time champions as far as this cup is concerned. I'll throw it to you, Gaspar. Kansashi are in town. Beston Chabeshi has won before with Nkana 2018. And now he's leading a side who are coming into this, cup as first-timers. What can we expect from a team like Kansashi when they do play Team Music?
It's the battle of tactics, because former under-20 coach in Beston Chambeshi, who won the under-20 championship here in Zambia in 2017, he's garnered so much experience for himself and the team. He went down to Kansashi Dynamos, probably bring them back to the Super Division, and it looks like amongst the four to qualify, he's one of them, you know what I mean? So for me, I think it's going to be the battle of tactics, because you've got Numba Mamba as well, who has won the cup with Zanaco, and he wants to prove a point. Remember when he joined, everyone was saying, Zesco is too big for Numamba. And few games into the MTN First Super Division for this season, you could see a lot of changes in the starting lineup. Almost every week he made huge changes, wholesale changes, 6 changes in the starting lineup, until he found now the link, the balance between the experienced players and young players. So for me, I would love to give a prediction, but it's difficult at this stage, because Kansashi also, their backline has been superb. They've only conceded 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So it tells you how strong they are in front. Zesco United, maybe they haven't come across a team that is very solid at the back, that can also disturb their style of play, because Numba loves wing plays. He loves to play in the wings. And he's got Enoch Sakala, you've got the likes of Uchanda Kuka, Winston Kalengo. He's not selfish. No wonder he's blending well with young players. Kansashi Dynamos, they've got the Daniel Chama, the former Kaisa player. You've got players like Royd Alfonso.
Who's back from Gwazi.
Exactly. So for me, it will be a tricky counter, and it's one of those weekends that you can't afford to miss any game, because these games are creamy.
All right, the games are cream. And on Sunday, the elite Lusaka Dynamos, they do lock horns with the Prison Leopards. And of course, Zanaco will take on the Warriors in the second day as far as the APSA Cup games are concerned. Before we go for a break, the big match, of course, is Warriors as well as Warriors versus Zanaco. How big and how critical is this fixture?
It's the repeat of the 2016 quarterfinals of Barclays Cup. Zanaco beat Njanji 3-0. Seth Sakala was on the score sheet. You talk about Isaac Chansa, who is now the assistant coach at Forest Rangers. You talk about Kwame Atram, the Ghanaian. So it's those memories that come back to life. Then you talk about Zanaco's first win on the road was at Godfrey Yucatán Stadium. So they might think it's a time to revenge. Kawa Warriors have been very superb away from home. At home ground, they've been struggling. When you look at the performance tables, separately, the home table, the away table, you see them performing better away from home. And playing away from home, treat Woodland Stadium as home ground for Zanaco. I think they'll give their all. The Aka Kluwer of this world. You've got the Natashas, you've got Prince Mumba, you've got Jimmy Belekindrov. One thing that you should look out for in the Kawa Warriors team that everyone else probably has not seen is the ability to shoot from a distance. Most of the goals that they've scored, look at Power Dynamos. They scored a cracker, Matthews in Kowani. Look at Jimmy Belekindrov when they traveled to Rumwana. They scored from outside the penalty area. When you talk about the recent performance against Zesco United, where did the Sydney Peary score from? It was outside. So I think they've concentrated so much training, shooting from afar, because while the defenders are waiting for you to get to the box, you haven't stabilized yourselves, and you create those chances and spaces for them to shoot and surprise the goalkeeper. that should be one thing that Chris Kaunda should be worried about. But again, Roger Kola. Oh my goodness. He's a very good striker. He's good in the air. One touch, he's able to find the back of the net. You can't forget about Moses Piri. Siam Kobo, you know, the former, you know, Kwasi Football Club player who once joined the team, but was given an opportunity to go and play for Zanaco and is making a big name for himself. The only problem that Zanaco have is the back line. And I think the past 3 seasons it's been a problem.
It's been a problem.
Yeah.
Even under Numba, we saw it.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So all those games will be coming right here in Lusaka as far as the ABSA Cup quarterfinals are concerned. Our own media officer, Media One, like he's, you know.
Yes, Media One.
Media One.
Yes.
You've seen the teams, you've heard their history, you know who their key players are. I'm putting on the spot. 6 teams Super Division, 2 teams on the National League. I know you would love to qualify for semi-finals this time around. So, how far does Konkola want to go in the ABSA Cup?
Just to carry the whole thing.
But is it possible?
Very, very much possible. If you follow history very well, there was a similar tournament in 1998, which we won in 1998.
Mosca?
That was Mosca, sponsored by Zambia Boys by the time. It was a similar tournament. We went all the way and won it. Why can't we do it this time
So
around?
can we say
we have a
history is about to be repeated?
Yes. We have a similar team. The players, the time we were playing with the likes of Numba Mamba, the Zesco, the current Zesco
Who is the
coach.
former Konkola Blades
Yeah,
player?
yes. A lot of past players, the likes of Dabi Chilufia, the likes of Dennis Lota, the likes of even the one who scored the final penalty so that we won the cup. The AFCON, from Chilabombo, from Konkola Blades. So definitely we have a rich history.
All right, the rich history. They've got names of
We
producers.
don't even want to mention the teams we are playing.
Wow.
Talk of our tomorrow's opponents,
Yes, Forest Rangers.
We had different game before the league started. We played with Nkana. We beat them both games, Team A and Team B. We had friendlies with Forest Rangers. They came at Conga Stadium. We beat them, Team A. Team B we drew 1-1. So there's no difference. We can beat them.
Right.
It's 11 against 11.
So are we expecting more banter tomorrow morning before the game hours probably?
We don't do banter. We don't mock a fallen person. We don't mock a fallen person. We will beat them. We won't banter with them tomorrow. So maybe just expect one final nail in the coffin. Just one post.
I love that. One final nail in the coffin, which will be put on Forest Rangers coffin, I believe.
Yes.
All right. For me, I'm looking forward to all the 8 teams in this ABSA Cup. Hopefully that we're going to see a surprising package. Yes. You know.
It's a surprise if we win.
Not at all.
To me, yes.
It is a surprise. Then you don't follow Zambia.
No. It's not about following. Where have you been the past few
We've
years?
been rebuilding. I told you.
Exactly.
We've been rebuilding.
So
we have now rebuilt and we are now on our knees.
So you've only been facing a Super Division teams in friendlies, but now this is a serious game. It's a competitive game.
This is a serious game. You call it a serious game.
You know what? I don't know why we took time.
No, he's not a human being. He's not a human being. He belongs to a different world.
I don't know why we took time not to host someone like him writing on Pinkola.
Chilabombo is a very big place. If we go out of football, it has produced a lot of people, big names like the current Minister of Mines, Honorable Richard Musukwa. We have the people like the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Malanji. We've got a very rich history in fact. Talk of Mr. Matibini, talk of a lot have come from
So
Chilabombo.
what are you saying?
I'm saying Chilabombo is big. Anything which comes from Chilabombo is big.
Yo,
Underrated.
It's getting hot.
It's what I'm trying to say.
Yo, for me, what I'm looking forward to is to see this energy, this confidence tomorrow on the pitch at Wula Stadium to give us the goals.
We always back up our talks. Our talks are not just cheap talk. We always back it up. We have. I said we have the best stadium in Zambia. No team has the best stadium like us. We can't even compare the stadium which we are going to use tomorrow to us. Maybe it has a shopping mall, yes, but Konkola Stadium is the best stadium. If we remove this Chinese stadium, of course. Zambia national team used to use our stadium for Africa Cup
One media.
qualifiers and World Cup qualifiers, which makes it a very big stadium. It's a belonging which belongs to the team, Concord Update. So it's not a very small team.
Yo, I don't know what to say at this moment because for me, I was expecting this because we've been, looking forward to meet him in person, and he's brought us good things, from Chilabom, where the players, even those who are serving in terms of, government offices from that town, all the best tomorrow, and we appreciate your work. Personally, including himself, we love your work on social media.
I would love you guys to come to Chilabombo one day. Maybe for the...
Can I give you a task?
Yes.
If you qualify to the semi-final,